Are you working? What kind of work do you do? Alright, what is it you want to do when you grow up?
Hey yo, I'm gonna be on TikTok. That's all my eyes can see. Victory is mine. Yeah, surprise.
Right, welcome to another edition of Who's That DJ. I am JSG, and the whole purpose of Who's That DJ is to go around and talk to DJs who are currently out there doing their thing and get the story from their side about how they do what they do. So today I have another special guest with me, long-term friend, DJ Conspiracy. What's happening, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing, man? How you doing?
All good, man. All good. All good. Right, so how we normally start the show off is we get DJ to give us like the origin story, who you are, where you're from, how you got into DJing, and what you're currently up to. I know you're doing a lot, so yeah, take it away, man.
A few things. I'm from London, from South London. DJing started many moons ago. Came from Jamaica as a little one, came over and I got interested. My stepdad and my brothers, they were all in a sound. I started with 12 Tribe Sound, so they're a Rasta organisation, well, a Rasta sound. So massive, like Buja Banton was a part of them. So me as a little kid, 7, 8, 9 years old, I was following the sound, going to Manchester, setting up big sets with them, listening to music, watching the selectors. Then I ended up becoming a selector, not necessarily a disc jockey, so playing the vinyl. I was like, yeah, this tune will work. Keep on going, sitting on the speakers, just watching. And then my brothers started to teach me the arts and craft of how to DJ, or not necessarily how to DJ, how to clash and listen to music. Because I liked the energy in growing up listening to a clash, and one man plays one song and then I can play another song. So a person can play Ring the Alarm and I can play False Alarm, because it's in a clash situation. So it came up through dancehall and reggae was the main thing on vinyl. And then I started collecting my very first vinyls. I started with MC Hammer, You Got to Pray.
Wow.
That was my very first.
Taking it back.
That is my very first vinyl. Got it from Blacker Dreads, and I started collecting from Bookshelf Rhythm and loads of different old school dancehall rhythms, and just practice on one vinyl literally. And that was it. I had one literally like 12, 10, one turntable. I had all my tunes lined up. I used to mix into the radio. So to learn to mix, it's like I could listen to the radio and there's a tune. I'll be like, let me see if this works. Kept on grafting, growing up, and then when I got to say 18, even though I've done the little things while I was younger, going up 16, 17, I said, you know, I'm gonna throw a party. I'm gonna throw a birthday party. Never had a rave before. I've never been booked. I was just 18, so you know I could not get into the clubs. Like there was a couple other events under 16 stuff I was able to do, but proper as an adult. I threw a birthday party in Catford, funny enough. In Catford, in a place that used to be called Yamas. It's now called, what is it called? Mekan. So it's called there. And I threw an 18th party, rammed it. I DJ'd myself in there. I had my brother do little sets in there just to give me a little pause, you know, so I can host and talk to people. And from then, it was just kept on. I said, you know what? I want to show the world what I can do. So I went on top of Fem at that time when it had just started as a station, and I threw my own parties, just demonstrate what I can do to pull people in, so that I've got an ability, and it's just grown until where I am today. And I had got to big up my boy DJ Menace, aka Tyrone Slaughter. He also was showing me the ropes, just listening and following him and other people that inspired me to be where I am today.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so in terms of, there's a lot to divulge into that. So in terms of like the sound clashes, because I didn't even know that, but that's obviously an integral part of what still goes on in Jamaica. Probably not as much now, but it probably does go on, but it doesn't get the attention that it used to get. So obviously you followed that through the ages. So how do you think that particular scene has evolved throughout the ages? You think it's gotten better or worse? You think it's followed the same format?
The format's definitely changed. Definitely. Growing up, for me, it was more of a pride thing than necessarily money. that's what it was. Is that I wanted to be a better selector than you. A sound clash for me was like a game of chess. So I can see your move, I know your move. I've got my little stuff in the arsenal in the background there, and that's what for me. That's what it started off as. It was never ever really to. It was to entertain people through that. Right. And okay, this youth just filled a big tune upon. I'm like 16, and I've drawn a big tune for big boy selectors. Nobody realised it's just me with a baby sham in my hand, right? And that was it. But now again, money's now coming to the sound clash, and there's not as much, especially in the UK space. That we obviously took that from Jamaica and brought over to England. It's a lot more smaller. We have seen obviously the grow and rise of things like DMC, Red Bull, the culture clashes and other clashes as well. But for now, it's a lot more different. Before, it was a lot more prominent. That was the main form of urban entertainment in the UK for Jamaicans anyway. Now obviously hip hop and R&B, other things. You had grime, garage, jungle, drum and bass, all the rest of it that's come into it. And because I saw what the business was going, as an 18-year-old Jamaican born, I saw that, you know what, there's a lot of people out there doing their thing in dancehall. We had the young Alan Brandos and stuff at the time, so they want to divert from dancehall being predominantly that. So I started picking up more and more R&B and hip hop. And that's probably what most people now know me for, is R&B and hip hop. And then I started to diversify because I could see where the business was going. And R&B and hip hop is one thing that's never ever died out. Where dancehall never will die, but the dancehall clashing scene at that time was becoming a bit stale for me.
So do you think that the clashes now have kind of almost lost the core essence of what clashing was to start with? Or
100%. So there's people like Tony Matterhorn and Black Cat and Panther, Kilimanjaro, Saxon. There's loads of different sounds that I've learned from growing up through the ages, and it's changed. It is about the money. If you've got the most amount of money, you can buy the biggest dubs. Obviously, and then you merge and get the relationships. You've got the rise of people like Mighty Crown, who've been around for years, who have it's changed the game. And there's not as many promoters that I see ready to pay for that. And a lot of DJs I know that have backed out of clashes. And sounds that are backed out. It's like, no man, you have to pay ridiculous amount of money to clash. So it's not there as such, but it's still a scene that exists regardless.
Okay, cool. Alright, so in terms of obviously moving forward to doing parties like in Catford, etc. So doing those kind of parties, you could literally just turn up to the club and be like, I want to have a party in there, pretty much give you the club.
Pretty much. I would just no fear mentality, fight or flight, as simple as that. So I turn up to a club, like I said, it started when I was 18 years ago in Yamas in Catford, and then it slowly moved into the city. So I did another party weekly called TNT Thursday in Lehigh Road with Godfather, funny enough. This is where I first met Godfather, and a friend of mine, Chippy and Menace. And we used to do that every Thursday night. Ozone Line place was called, and it was just good vibes. People come through, have a drink, we DJ'd, made money at the side, build a brand. On top of that, have got a radio show, and then that led me to slowly but surely say, you know what, if no one's gonna book me, I'm not saying I weren't being booked, because I was booked. I remember big up Top Cats anyway, my family, but my brethren's Top Boys years ago. So I was like, they used to have parties called Can You Handle a Drink and other events. K and Stamina was putting me on things they saw what I could do musically, please still bring people to events. And then slowly but surely, like I was making my own money from raves and parties, doing it myself. And then, you know what, now I've got the platform. Let me demonstrate musically what my ability was like. Putting the hours on radio, like 10 hours marathons.
Them full day sessions.
Listen, going up on a roof, took the whole pirate radio thing, and just going in, not repeating no music for 10 hours straight, entertaining people, getting the text messages on the phone, going off and off, and then it moved into, I've got a big up Lloyd Life, 100%. So I used to have a party called So Deep. So when I used to hold a lot more parties in South, Godfather brought me to So Deep once, and he said, you know what, cool, where I used to host as well, one time was just like, I can't just pick up the mic.
Yeah.
Picked up the mic at So Deep in its early infantry stages and done it. And it was like, Lloyd Life came and goes, you know what, you're good. To host. I was like, wow, okay, thank you, appreciated.
Yeah.
Right, and it came from the clashing and learning from other people.
Yeah.
And then after that, brother, it just became, it was like, yeah, cool, alright, can you host for me? I'm gonna pay this amount of money, can you host? It's like, cool, no problem. And then one time, this is still in the infantry stages of So Deep in the city at Silks and Spice. One of the DJs were running late, and Lloyd Life, I had started a brand called Distinguished Affair. Right, very nice plush, people dressing up in Catford, the first time ever.
Yeah.
In Catford, suit and tie.
Yeah.
Girls coming out in their best dress. And Lloyd Life heard me play dancehall there. And he then turned around and said, alright, cool, you know what? This group of guys are late, can you play dancehall? So in the city, I played dancehall. Silks and Spices ram, like 900 people.
Yeah.
Turned it over. I ended up doing 2 sets because security wouldn't let in the next 2 set of DJ in. And it was like money got handed and swapped over eventually, so I sorted out, turned it over, and from then that's how my city career developed.
Alright, so in terms of you're not only now DJing locally and in the city, you started moving abroad and overseas now with those kind of bookings. So how did that transition come about in terms of getting like your first overseas booking? Or
it was a random. So consistently got developed within the city, and I started throwing big parties in the city. Events like IOU, that's about 10 years deep, with my boy Godfather, Top Cats in Caesar and Tynos, and A Complete Affair and other brands. But then I started doing another brand called Branded on a Friday at Stanza. So from there I was able to network with Spike Lee, Eve, other people, and also there's a group of guys called Triple Threat that used to book me for their London parties. Now they made a trip, they made a trip to Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this party's crazy, we need to bring someone from the UK. They had a few people that they were suggesting, and because I DJ'd for them before and they've heard me consistently deliver, they said, alright Cons, we want to bring you to DR, right? This is what it is, I need you to go over there and kill it. So from that, this is about 6-7 years ago now. Okay. So I've been abroad, a good amount of time. I went over there, networked with the likes of Big Tigger from BT, networked with my boy DJ Flamingo from ATL, and what's happened was I go over, there's other promoters that are over there at the event. It's a massive event every year, guaranteed, with Love and Hip Hop stars and people from Power and those are other shows. As you network, as long as I deliver musically, see they take to my spirit, it's now allowed me to go to other places to DJ. So from that I've been back to Jamaica to work, I've been to New York to work, I've been to Miami to work, I've been to got tons of places, France and other, but mostly I'm trying my best to, instead of doing the Europe thing, I'm trying to do the other side of it, to the Western world. So and that's been it, and it's been consistent and growing ever since.
Okay, cool. In terms of why for you, because obviously I know a lot of DJs at the moment are just doing the Europe, so the Spain, like the Malagas and the Iron Apples and them sort of things. So for you, why do you prefer almost to going over to seas like the Western side, like the tropics and all that?
So it's first because my passion within R&B and hip hop grew a lot, and that was kind of the mecca for it, so to speak. Yes, UK we had grime and garage and other genres of music which I'm passionate about, but at the same time I don't want to see the same face that I saw in North London, East London, the city, whatever, or in South. I went to Napa once. I did a long weekend in Napa once, and it was there, and I'm thinking, I know you. Right, so I've spent the time and the energy to get this opportunity, delivered on the opportunity, but now I'm seeing the same face. So the idea for me is that, okay, you know what? If I can go to somewhere like Dominican Republic, I know nobody, there's 1,000+ people, and if at the end of the weekend they know my name, then I've achieved something.
Of course.
So that's the idea.
Okay.
And it's warmer.
Fair enough. So it's almost like just go against the grain, so go to the places where people aren't going, so that you can have the opportunity to say, I'm building my brands in these countries. So people say, right, you're from the UK, we don't have much people out here. Okay.
And that's the idea. I even did India. I had the opportunity with work to go to India, and I networked with an Indian promoter. There's a club in Mumbai called Gangster. It's an R&B hip hop club, right? I know, right? Google it, Gangster, right, in Mumbai. And I used the opportunity while I was there to network, and I knew the guy's cousin who was in the UK, and I'm in India, and we forget that the world's big now. India's got over 1 billion people, right? I can guarantee at least 1,000 people have heard of my name in India because of it. Now there's still more to go out, so I'm trying to sell my product to a wider market instead of the 70 million people that's just here.
Okay, cool. No, that's good. All right. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit and just talk about the industry as a whole. So what are your current thoughts around the current DJ climate per se? Good sides, bad sides, things that needs improving. What's your perspective on it all?
There's a multitude of different areas. So you've got like now technology's coming to the game, as me and you was discussing offline. Some people I personally believe are doing it for the wrong reasons. Okay. I started DJing simply for the love of just pressing play and entertaining people. When I was realizing that, wow, I can actually get paid for this. Like, here's a check, you know what I mean, here's an envelope. It's like, okay, cool, fantastic. I know people that I've had real conversations with relatively new DJs say, look, I'm doing it for girls. I'm doing it for the extra money. I'm doing it for money to help me get through uni. Just a hype.
Which never lasts.
Which it never lasts, and a lot of them, they don't last, or it develops that they are good and they work on their technical ability, and then it gets to a certain point. At this present moment in time, you've got a good young scene popping up. You've got the guys such as the Nates and the Capitals, etc., who are doing really well. You've got the university lot who are definitely growing. You've got the big man sounds, so the hyper ESQs, etc., who are still doing theirs, and then you've got there's a middle cluster of people. I think where I pretty much reside in, and C6 and a couple of my other colleagues that reside in, that we're doing pretty well. The scene's healthy in the sense that there's a lot of DJs. There isn't as many clubs and opportunities, so people are fighting. But what I do see is that within the urban scene, right, and not a lot of uniqueness about it. Okay. I see a lot of things that I have done or other people have done is just regurgitated. Right. Okay. Already. So in that sense, that element of it's stale, and you don't see many people leaving, or not many people exploding as the way in which they can. Like, I haven't seen a DJ Khaled. Right. You know what I mean?
The new version of
we haven't seen it. Like, there's people out there doing their things, but we can have the opportunity because we are good selectors.
100%. I watched an old video of Khaled in Jamaica actually, which was weird because obviously everyone knows DJ Khaled now as the guy that just produces hits, but he's definitely got a unique talent of just putting the right things together, whether it be the right artist or the right songs. Right from when I see him do the selecting, singing, I can't remember what the name of the event was, but he was drawing for some big tunes, and I was like,
The thing is, he's a DJ. He's
an actual DJ,
actual club DJ. Right? I had the opportunity last year to meet Kid Capri, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a Kid Capri. Like, respect because of you and what you did with Biggie Smalls and other people. Like, there's a lot of passion and a lot of love there, and he saw me and he heard me. He goes, yo man, you know, I fucks with you, man. Like, you're cool, man. I like what you do. And I was like, you need to understand, you do influence this new generation of DJs still, so keep it up. And people are missing that element of things. That there are real DJs out there, but then people forget to say that Kid Capri produced Kanye West's album. Not Kanye West, apologies. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's album. So like, works hand in hand, man.
Oh, of course. So I had Dante on my podcast a couple of weeks ago. He was talking about the issues he noticing with a lot of promoters and promoters booking DJs for clubs, and his view was that some aren't paying well, or they not paying as well as they could be paying. and they're trying to make the DJ do extra work, forgetting that the DJ almost is the person that keeps the party alive.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts on the promoter space at the moment? Have you got any good relationships with?
I've got brilliant relationships with promoters. Some promoters are blacklisted.
Okay.
Like it gets one time, maybe two times, like, now you're blacklisted.
Yeah.
I'll just charge them above the odds, and this is my demands. Otherwise, don't use me. If you're not going to use me, then it's not a problem. I'll keep up moving, regardless, because obviously there's because there's limited venues. People have tried to do different types of events. So you see a lot of brunches pop up now.
Yeah.
So that's a fad that's popped up because there's a lot of limitations because of police and all the rest of it within the UK urban scene. They are really good promoters. They are really good. Like, okay, for example, Godfather. He's got his event on this weekend. I remember the time, which he's had on for years. I know that when I get there, my envelope's there. He's given me a brief. I've had my time for over 2 weeks. My set time. I'm getting there. Here's my job. Thank you very much. Here's a drink. And that's it. And there's a handshake and say thank you very much. There's some promoters that are just, you turn up. The night before they've called you, or in the morning they said, oh, here's your set time. Like, okay, what's your organisation like? Okay, what's your expectation of the party? So I can ensure that I can deliver it. Is it just me doing what I do, right? Or do you have a certain expectation that you want me to deliver? And a lot of people, they don't know how to even structure an event properly. And that leads into even the types of DJs they booked. So they may book the types of DJs that their scenes don't necessarily complement each other, or alternatively they haven't got the right person playing in a key area, like warm up. Which is my favourite set in anything. It's easy to do the turn up. Get the bangers out. But the warm up, if I play between 12 or half 11 to 1, I get to do what I want. I get to show off a little bit. I get to hold the crowd, have a vibe, and deliver that. And promoters are not even looking at that and how they're planning their night and structure it, so they can give their customers the best experience possible.
Godfather actually said on his interview that he thinks the warm-up DJ is probably the most important DJ for that night. Is that something you agree with?
10 million%. And I know that let me not make an assumption, but any decent DJ and someone that's worked as a promoter understands that, because you've got people coming in. Say you've got an event that's free before 11:30. You want to get the vibe right. You want the girls to feel good, the guys to get their drink on, ready to engage in a night of a turn up. There's a time for everything. So if you can get to a party and the party's just here, you want to take it just a little bit higher, right? And keep it gradually increasing. Because then by the time you blink and you're a raver, it's 4 o'clock and you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. If the dance peaks at 2:30, you're in there for an hour and a half and thinking, what's going on?
You don't know.
Right? You don't know what's going on. It's now stale, and then people start to leave early, and people leave with the thing of, it was okay. It was okay. It was. You're always going to find someone that said, the party was lit. You're always going to find someone saying the party was terrible, because you can't please everybody,
of course,
because music is subjective. But you want to leave with a predominant amount of people walking out your party thinking, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And then that brings return customers and helps build, as a promoter and a DJ, your brand as well.
Okay, cool. So just quickly on that, do you think the difference with someone like a Godfather as opposed to just a general promoter, do you think almost Godfather works or understands the concept better because he's a DJ that also promotes, as opposed to someone that just does promotion? Or do you think it's just down to different personality types in terms of how organised some people are? No,
you do have people that are very organised, 100%. Like guys that used to do Eccentric, High Rollers PR, Coles, London, LOS, 4-Play Sound that do events, other people that I don't have to even argue, Button Island, here's your envelope, thank you very much. Set an expectation of what they want to book me for a job, they set an expectation, I can match that expectation, hence they wouldn't have phoned me in the first place, and they do it. But if you are a DJ, and especially a music lover, then it is easier because you can empathise with that DJ, because you don't want to be treated the same. So you know what, payment, your wages is ready on time, here's what you're expected, you make your treat proper, you're treated well, because they're going to want that against themselves.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's alright. I had another question, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Time. Alright, so I think we'll do our challenge now.
Okay, go for it.
And then we'll move on to that.
Okay.
So basically, the challenge, which you've probably seen before on the channel, is I set each DJ I give them 3 scenarios,
Yeah.
and for each scenario they have to pick a track
Okay.
for each one. Alright, so scenario 1, we'll take it kind of like you're in a sound clash against Mighty Crown.
Yeah.
They
Japanese.
Yeah. They just played something like Ring the Alarm.
Yeah.
So what's the tune you're coming back to them with?
Oh, hey.
And it's
Ring
like
the alarm.
it's a special dub that they've got as well.
See, here's where it's a bit crazy, because it's depends on what even they played slightly before that, because
Okay.
an easy call would be false alarm. So you're telling me like ring the alarm. No, your alarm's false, but it has to be a bigger dub.
Yeah.
So it has to be if I was gonna play that, which could be a potential tune, it would have to be a dub directed at them.
Yeah.
So it'd be directed Mighty Crown, boom, false alarm, X, Y, and Z. So what's automatically gonna happen? They've played it. They've made a talk, and what in a clash, what you say is as important as the tune and the delivery. Right. That's why there's not as many good hosts there is nowadays. There's banging hosts. There's guys out there who are dope at it. But if they can turn around, as long as I've articulated myself to say what I'm doing, showing understanding, and it's a bigger, well, false alarm is a bigger tune. It's the direct clash to it, innit? Yeah. From the same artist. So ring the alarm, boy, false alarm, and then my follow up would be to slew. I don't even know. I might play even a Bounty Killer statement, right? Because I'm making a statement. Yeah.
All right, cool. Switching gears a little bit.
I like that. You try to put me on the spot. It's
Yeah,
alright.
of course, man. You got a DJ on your feet, innit? So that's what we do. Scenario 2, you're at an event. You're the warm-up DJ. You know that the next DJ is going to be playing hip hop, but your warm-up set's predominantly been like R&B. So what's kind of the tune you would say you'd play to get the crowd warmed up for the next DJ that's coming on after you?
As my last tune? My very last tune. So it would be. See, here's the trick to this, and here's where experience comes in. It depends on the age group of the crowd. Okay. So if it's an older age group, I might be playing just 90s, early 2000 R&B. With younger generation, I find that, and if it is older set of people, I could easily draw for, if I'm moving up to double O, let me think. It could be a tune like, I don't even know. It could be Donell Jones, Left Eye, and Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah. It's got a nice bounce to it. Still, people know it. Yeah. Right. It's a track that you can play for an extended amount of time while the DJ prepares as well. If it's a younger crowd, the thing is you can warm up with something different. So I can warm up and play, and he's gonna play predominantly hip hop. If I'm playing R&B, let's think. I might play. There we go. You put me on the spot. The thing is, you can play almost any year of music. I'll give you a perfect example. A track like, right, you really put me on the spot. I'm thinking of a million tunes in my head. Yeah. And you know when I'm playing, I don't think that's the thing. Yeah. It's like a muscle that you exercise all the time. Of course. What could I play? Brand new. What if I was playing a bit more younger crowd? You know what? If I'm playing a younger crowd, you can still get away with tunes like Put It Up, what's it? No, I'm not gonna play that Busta Rhymes. It could be anything, mate. It could, and I'll tell you why it can almost be anything. Because the DJ's come to play hip hop, and I need to know if he's playing new hip hop. Okay. Is he playing new hip hop?
We'll say for this scenario, he's probably gonna do like an old school an old school hip hop.
Like an old school hip hop. So
Mid 2000s and before.
So if that's the case, I'll keep it something like Addicted Ryan Leslie.
Okay.
Yeah. Featuring Cassie and Fabulous. Right. Like something like it's easy still got a bounce to it.
Alright, cool. Good track. And you know what the point you made, which I didn't think about, is playing a tune long enough so that the next DJ comes on after you has time to set up. Because I think a lot of DJs will do their set and bounce, but they're not even thinking about the next DJ. So unless they've got a good host that can carry the time, then it's all over. Alright, cool. Final track. Let's see. Alright, let's say you're overseas, you're doing almost like a beach party sort of thing. Getting to, so you're midway through your set, so you're doing 2 hours, so you're midway through your set, and you notice that obviously the energy is a bit low and you want to switch up. So you want to switch it up and like try and get the crowd a little bit high.
Midway from my set, am I the only DJ or? See, these are the
you're like there's 3 DJs on the night. You're like the middle DJ and you're the middle of your set.
Alright.
So you've done a nice little thing to build up the vibe. Now you want to switch it up and bring the hype for the last hour of your set.
So if I want to bring up a hype, it's dependent upon the audience as well and what I play. And what I mean by that, it's, for example, when I'm away in a couple of weeks, that's 99% American audience. And different states listen to different types of music. So a tune, if I want to get them hype, I could easily draw for something like, obviously like you've got your Cardi B's, etc. Now if you're saying I'm in the middle of my set, I should be able to maintain a hype for a certain amount of time. But if I want to keep it, I would say, you know what, I'm going to draw for Pills and Automobiles from Chris Brown. And the reason why I say that, if I'm for a relatively new tune, is because it has a bounce to it. It's about, this BPM's about the 140, aka 70. It's got a bounce to it. People can sing to it as well. And then from there I can build up, because you're saying it's a middle, so I still want to build up. So when I finish my set, people are walking away thinking, oh my god, yeah, that was dope. So I want to start with something like that. But the truth is, the world's my oyster. Like the truth is, the world's my oyster, and you can do something random. Like I have my killer tracks that, no matter what, if I think, you know what, here's my full safe tune, just in case. Like I've got Oh Me Nas, right? Because it's got the bounce to it, and from there I can build. You've got the old school swing. I can put this is how we do it in the 90s, Montel Jordan. Get people singing. It's got the vibe when the bass hits you, and you know the job. And from there, I can, if I'm moving into say 90s or whatever, I can control them. It gives me a pause to think. All right, let me think. Because when I DJ, I try to think about not the next track, but the third, fourth, and fifth track. And it tells a story. Right. And it's got to. I could tell a story if I'm DJing. Especially like say dancehall. I can DJ and the track's going the line of, you wake up in the morning, you're vexed, you're angry, you got road rage, but you know later on you're going out with your girl, you go out with your girl, you see a man in the dance wanting to clash you, like wanting to fight you, you've got a tune for that. I can build a story till you go home when you're making love. You know what I mean? So it does chop and change, brother.
Of course. I can appreciate that. Alright, that was a good little segment still. Alright, cool. So what are you currently listening to? I mean, at the moment, J. Cole obviously dropped his album a couple of days ago. Cardi B's album just come out. I'm still listening to Cole's album. I think it's phenomenal.
It is.
I'm still listening to Fonte's album as well. But yeah, what are you listening to? That's not necessarily what you're playing in the clubs, but what are you listening to?
What I'm listening to? You know what? I listen to the new music that's out, but I try not to take it too much in. At this present moment, so I've heard the Cardi B's and the tracks that I like, I put into my crates, etc. What I tend to listen to more is actually other DJs in other scenes, outside of the UK audience. So I practice a lot, and I've invested in the equipment, like a DDJ SP1 to do tricks and stuff, and improve my performance. So instead of just listening to, or like all the new tunes that are bangers, everyone's gonna like it.
Yeah,
the other day I was listening to Nas album Godson. I was listening to that to see where I can gain inspiration in some of the tracks in my mixing to drop something different. And I'm going back in time. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Going back in time, and I'm listening to other DJs on YouTube to see what things they're doing, see if it's different for what I'm doing, and how even if I can take bits from everyone. Like and do that.
So constantly, almost like working on your style just to improve it and add some variation into it.
Yeah, like I got to see DJ Jazzy Jeff last week Friday and have a reasoning and stuff, and I was like, okay, cool, you know. And I just there and I was thinking, alright, that was dope. Yeah. But you know what? Without being rude, I can do that better. Or in our scene, this will work with that tune and whatever else. Yeah. So that's where I am.
Alright. So what are you? Alright, so now we've kind of discussed that. So I suppose I'll turn the floor over to you. Is there anything you want to discuss or talk about before we wrap up?
Boy, you know what? In terms of discussion other things, I'm not even because I'm a quiet dude. In general, I like to move forward. Like I hope the scene just truly grows for everyone. I want everyone to be successful. Because I want nobody. I want to be not to be successful. What I want people to do though is ensure that they've got the right reasons why they're pushing it. It's like, okay, cool. If you want to be a DJ, don't just think it's gyal and money and all the rest of it. It's, you know, have a kind of respect for the music. I was just talking about me growing up in the clash element on era and being brought up. That's what originally drove me. I know C60's walks in the building, right? And I know he was heavily influenced by reggae through conversations we've had and reasoning as well. So I want people to find that passion, you know what, if it's grime, garage, whatever they take from today, and to do that for any other DJ out there. For promoters, respect your DJs, because you know what, if you ain't got no one playing music, the MP3 or Spotify is not going to do it. But at the same time, DJ, speak to your promoters, innit? Understand what they want to be delivered on the night, and make sure that you provide a quality service. And probably the biggest thing is, you know what, practice. I've been doing this for years. I practice. I don't get to show off as much as I can with the skills because I don't believe it's appreciated in the UK. Actually, that's what I'll bring up.
Go on.
As you say that, I don't believe it's appreciated in the UK. Like, there's people out there that got mad scratching skills within our scene, or will do a trick or two. I might play a tune and it will finish up with, the words might be hip hop, or like for example, hip hop, the actual track, and then I might play another tune and Khalid goes hip hop, says the word hip hop, so I might go hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, right? There's a trick, something I've got in my arsenal. When I do it in DR, I get a crowd reaction by 1,000 Americans I don't know, right? Or the other day, if I was to do that here, some people look at me like what on, like what's going on? So I want people to bring a different kind of flavour to it, be unique. What's your USP? I like to loop in my sets a lot. I loop a lot, is a thing that I like to do. That's what I want to bring differently in the game. I think people need to do that. What do you think?
Of course. I think you're generally right about the whole DJs. People don't really appreciate the stuff that DJs do out of just playing tunes. Like, I went to see Cuba, who performed in London, and I was mind blown at some of the stuff that he was doing on the turntable. But I'm just looking around, it's like people were just there nodding their music, and the people who were outside of DJs didn't get it. So they were just there because they saw him, it was Cuba, and I was like, okay. But then, he's a phenomenal turntablist. If anybody who's interested in DJing, go and watch DJ Cuba on YouTube. Like, he's ridiculous.
Now, there you go, bro. There you go. Like I said, I went to see Jazzy, and I got the video, and I'm watching this guy, and I'm like, what, Jazzy, like, sick, or when I met Kid Capri last year, and these guys are DJ legends, and turntabling is a massive thing within its own scene. But you know what? Even if you haven't got the skill to do that yet, try and bring another flavour to your set. It could be how you drop your tuning. Make sure that's unique, because I can have 10 tunes. C6 can have 10 tunes. You can have 10 tunes. And we all DJ them differently and all bring that sound. There's not many people within the urban scene that hear it doing it differently. Shoot, we got people that copy.
Yeah, we do.
There's a guy, I won't even mention his name, and he knows who he is because I'm going to send this link to him. Right, and I'm in the club. I think I was in Fridge Bar.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and I've never done this mix before. These 2 tunes, it only dropped that week.
Right.
So any DJ that was playing it would have played it that weekend.
Okay.
I've done the mix. I was like, cool, right, this mix was dope.
Yeah.
And then I heard it a few weeks later in Coliseum by the same DJ, and he clanged my clang. He looked at me, he laughed. I was like, bro, like you took you didn't even give me the recognition. Yeah, you took it. And you, like, what, bro?
Yeah.
Just be unique and do something different, and don't business. Yeah.
Calm. Alright, so lastly, where can people follow you, get hold of you if they want to talk to you about DJ stuff or whatever, like the socials or whatever, website?
Cool, so the website's getting a relaunch, conspiracy-world.com, and also you'll be able to go to DJ Conspiracy 1 with a number 1.com, and that'll take you to the same site. I had it up before, I've taken it down, give it a little rebranding, refreshing. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, DJ Conspiracy 1, all there. My SoundCloud is conspiracy-world. So take a look on that. I've just uploaded my Lost playlist last night. I'm not advertising it out on purpose. So I'm going to be doing a series of CDs online, and I've produced them already, or made them already.
Right, okay.
And they're just going to be logically put out for branding and purposes. But hit me up, clubs, bookings, whatever it is, or just information. I'm going to try. I've come off a radio on purpose until I can find a better path to go forwards.
Right, okay.
And I'm gonna, I want to keep educating people on music. That's kind of my goal, is in terms of the DJ space, is making sure that people hear everybody, not just what you hear as top 10, and I keep on going. Those runaway tunes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Alright then, cool. Well, what I'll do is I'll link all your links in the description so people can just click on them and go to your pages. And I think that's it, man. Thanks for coming down.
Sweet.
Appreciate it.
I've got to do a plug. 19th of May, Grand Union, my party, all black party. Come down, come and celebrate, and come and just get mashed up and twist up. And you know what? If you see me this bank holiday weekend, just hail me up. It's gonna be a crazy party night.
Cool, man. So that's it for this episode. I've been JSG. He's been Conspiracy. Until next time. Peace out.